Get ready for an exciting hour of a whole lot of amazing fun with all of your favorite superstars as Chao 2018 brings you Week 9's action. With your family as well as ready for another exciting edition, Mr. Bright and Shining. And thank you, Paul, and hello everybody. Welcome to Week 9 of Chao 2018, live from Charlottesville, Virginia. How is everyone doing in Charlottesville, Virginia today? Very good. Well then, Paul, let's get right to it and present the first race of Week 9. Okay, and to start it all off, we have Vince Stason, Adrian Regina, Ralph Dennis, and Casey Raymondson. Now that's what we have for race number 1, and as usual, all races will be held on the animal course. And this one will feature the Golden Chow to start off the schedule, so they're going to need a lot of effort if they want to be on the Golden Chow. But I know they can do it, and I know the fans have faith in them too. So without further ado, everyone is on the clock, and let's mark this place! Okay, there goes the first 4 participants rushing from the rainbow path, and the fans are on their feet already. They are standing in ovation, and they're cheering on all the favorite superstars in their hearts to try to make the playoffs and a chance to have a world championship. And right now, the Ford Challenge going to eat the fruit, and Adrian Jennings will have command and lead for the moment. That's going to be followed by number 1 in second place, right behind him. And as Adrian Jennings heads for the water, the first speed bus of the week will be made by number 8, who's also heading for the water, Cameron. And right now, a couple others are taking the water as well. And there goes Ralph Dennis, and I think, yep, he has took a shortcut. He climbed up the hill, and now he has command and lead for the moment. As number 7 will have speed bus number 2 in its race. Now Adrian has a lot of catching up to do. Will he be able to get back the lead from Ralph Dennis after he took a shortcut? We'll soon know. Ralph Dennis is currently leading at the moment, but Adrian Jennings seems like he still has a chance. We'll soon know if it will pay off or not as we head back into number 7, who's now battling with number 8 for the lead of the 4 Golden Chow. Porn, Ben Stason is getting left behind in the competition. But number 2 is the real deal, who is way behind competition. Number 1 seems like he's also left behind. One of them has to get the next command experience, but we want to get back in this one. And it's going to be Vince Stason who will get that chance. Meanwhile, Ralph Dennis is safely in the lead, but here comes Adrian Regina. He is going to be rapidly catching up to him in a hurry. We'll soon know which one of them will prevail in the early one. Back to Vince Stason. That makes 2 in a row by 2 in a row for number 7 and Vince Stason, respectively. And poor number 2 is not going to get a speed buzz at all. Probably not for the entire race. He is going to hit the wall first. So it's going to be Adrian Regina who will get a chance. He's got a chance. And it looks like he is going to have just enough flying power to make the pass from Ralph Dennis. He is going to spoil Ralph Dennis' plot and a great stunner. What a deal. As number 8 gets his second speed bus to the base, it looks like Vince Stason is going to hold on Ralph Dennis to secure the victory. Adrian Regina avoided an upset from Ralph Dennis. As Vince Stason will get another turn that makes his first speed bus to the base. Poor number 2 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. As Vince Stason is been the closest one out with bad new XPS, bringing a total of 4 speed bus for this race. But it's Adrian Regina who avoids a stunner from Ralph Dennis. That's why he done a very good job avoiding the pace. As more time coming out, do not go away. And now, race number 2. Race number 2 will feature Chris Renacos on defending champion in all ratings, Derek DePlay, and JJ Niemeyer. This one will also feature the Golden Chow as our key opponents. You know how the old saying works? Whenever a Chow has 1900 points on all 4 main categories, the Golden Chow will replace the Silver Chow as our key opponents. Let's see who will get that chance. Please start the race! Okay, and there goes the next 4 Chow racing down the line. And number 1 is going to rest, so he's going to be left behind in competition. Right now, the 4 Chow are trying to get some wins so that they can qualify for the World Championship playoffs, or at least for next season's 2019 roster. Anyway, no matter who wins, they're all winners in this race. And right now, they're ready to eat the food. And it looks like Donald Manning is going to have command and lead, followed by Derek DePlay in second place, right behind him. And Donald Manning is first. That means Derek DePlay is going to have command and lead. And as Derek to play heads for the water, the first superstar to get speedless is JJ Nehemiah, who's trying to catch up with Harry. He is better to take the water along with Chris Knuckles, and number 7 is getting behind trying to take the water. At speedless number 2 of this race, we made by Derek to play, who is better to be our leader at the current moment. He's still currently dominating at the leader current moment. Right now, Chris Knuckles has reached the other side on the water. He is currently trying to defend second place over number 8 and number 2 are battling with JJ Nehemiah for third place at the current moment. And we'll see what happens here. It looks like he is going to have the next command spears trying to defend second place over JJ Nehemiah. Right now, Dominic really needs a miracle comeback if he wants to win this one. And number 1 is getting left behind in the competition as he passed a 1 minute mark. I think he needs a lot of speed bus, and he will be. This is the first of the speed bus, but I think he needs a lot more help than that. Now, right now, meanwhile, Derek to play is the first to approach the wall. Can anybody be able to catch up to Derek to play in a hurry? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to Chris Knuckles, who is one half of the 2017 Tag Team Champions. He was going to wrestle, now he has a lot of catching up to do. Right now, though, it is number 1 who really needs help. He is getting left behind, and down he goes for the count. And he tossed one. So he's going to need a couple more speed ups. So he wants to get back in this one for sure. And this is one of them. That makes it his second speed up race. And we'll get that. There to play and JJ Nehemiah are both good rest. That means Star Reigns will have the privilege to make a miracle comeback in the early one. As he will have the next command spears, trying to make the pass from Derek to play and the current moment. And number 1 is going to rest again. He's going to be left behind the competition for dear life this time. And let's see who's going to get the next command spears as someone fights for dear life. It is going to be Chris Knuckles who get the next command spears. That makes it second spears race. But looks like Star Reigns has made a miracle comeback, folks. He is going to win this one for sure. Star Reigns totals off. Derek to play to secure the victory. What an incredible comeback by our defending world champion Dominic. As the last speed of the race, we made by JJ Nehemiah, making his second speed of the race. But it's Star Reigns who secures a miracle victory. That's right, coming up, we got more exciting action for you. But first, have a look at this. Alright, time for the next race, Paul. Yes, this one is very interesting. It's the 99th race of the season in total. This one will feature Chris Chao, the classic go-getters, the Garden Star Master Jack Dayton, Jeff Norris, and Raymond Hill, the fastest runner in the league. He was upset 2 weeks in a row after a tough performance. That was a heartbreaker indeed. But this time it should be easy. Let's see if it can happen this time. Good luck to the next most stars on the quest for victory, especially for struggling Raymond Hill, and let's have a Chao race. So after being upset in week 7 and week 8, Raymond Hill is trying to make week 9 the sweeter deal. As he makes his way towards the palm trees. Yes, this is our 99th race of the season. The next segment will be our 100th. So make sure to tune in for that. But right now, let's see what happens in this race. And there goes Raymond Hill listening on the line. And Jeff Norris is dancing to the beat. So Garrett Dayton and Chris Chao will have the privilege of battle for second place. Up in the middle of the pack. As the first superstar gets beat is number 1. Who decided to take the bridges along with Garrett Dayton. And right now, number 2 is Square Less. So that means he is going to be number 8 and number 7 will have a little bit of catching up to do. Right now, number 7 is really in Demi on the way back. And number 8 is going to rest, so he's going to be left behind the competition. As number 2, who leads number 7 and 8 in the dust, takes Beavis number 2 in his face. Raymond Hill trying to rebound from his tough upsets for the past 2 weeks. He currently leads over Chris Chao, the classic go-getters, by a few yards. They are making their way towards the Sapphire portion of the course as we head back into number 2. And now he has the privilege of battle with Garrett Dayton for 5th place. We're approaching the 1 minute mark. Number 8 is getting left behind. But number 7 is the real deal, who is way behind in the competition, just behind number 8. Let's find out who will get the next command spears. And that next spears will be made by the Gundam Star Master, Garrett Dayton. Now trying to catch up back to number 2. Meanwhile, Raymond Hill seems like has a little bit more room ahead of Krishna to come on. I do believe Raymond Hill is going to get the job done this time. No doubt about it. Next PS belongs to number 1, and now he dominates over the 4 Silver Chao. That makes his second speed boost the race. Poor number 7 and poor number 8 still really needs some speed boosts. But I'm afraid it's going to be the Golden Master Garrett Dayton who will get his second speed boost the race. And Raymond Hill is going to rest, but he will still have a commanding lead over Krishna and the come one. He's going to be the first approach home stretch, and look at that. Krishna is going to rest, so now he'll have a lot of room ahead of him as Jeff Navis, who catches up to Krishna in second place, well in the next command SPS. But I don't think either of his opponents will be able to catch up, especially Garrett Dayton. It will be a miracle again back next one. As Garrett Dayton will get his second speed boost in the race, and right now it is Raymond Hill is trying to wrap things up over his opponents right now. This time there should be no denying of an upset. He is going to win this one easily. As Jeff Navis takes his second speed boost, Raymond Hill demolishes the competition to improve to 72 in his 9 races so far. That's right, he has done pretty well this time. No doubt about it. Hey, a double glitch. That's very interesting. Anyway, back in a bit. Do not go away. And now, Paul, this is one of the biggest moments of the 2018 Chao Racing season. It's our 100th race of the season, ladies and gentlemen. You said it, Brandon. And for our 100th race of the 2018 season, we have Zach Olson, Kyle Richmond, the Bobby Maynard Bobby K, and from the Go-Getters 2.0, Rusty Instant Replay Jackington. It seems like we have started this season 99 races ago, and it was an exciting one so far. Let's make this 100 race an instant classic to remember. The players will line up and ready to go. So for the 100th time this season, everyone's on the clock, and please start the race. Here we go. So the 100 race of Chao Racing 2018 is underway here in Charlottesville, Virginia, and this is going to be a good one. Right now, the 4 Chao are going to check the power trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Kyle Richmond with Zach Olson and Rusty Instant Replay Jackington right on their tail. Bobby K decided to dance to the beat all the way in back in the power trees. And as Kyle Richmond pauses for a moment, Zach Olson is going to make his way towards the water. So he will have a lot of gaining room to the ground. As Kyle Richmond, who is battling Rusty Instant Replay Jackington in the bridges, we'll see when he talks for his face. And right now, poor number 1 is getting left behind, and he's swimming. So he is going to be way behind on the competition all the way back. He's going to be left behind for a while, folks. No doubt about it. As speed boost number 2 in this race, we made by number 2, and he leads number 8 in the dust because number 8 is Gomez. And excuse the pop-up in the screen, upper right corner screen. Anyway, Zach Olson currently has the lead heading into the Sapphire portion of the course. We passed the 1 minute mark as number 1. We'll get the next game SPS, but he's still way behind the competition all the way back. Right now, number 8 also really needs to get back in this one. He really needs to get a lot of speed boost, and number 2 pauses more, so he's better join number 8 with the line. We'll get the next command SPS. It is Rusty Instant Replay Jackington. That's who tried about with number 7 and Kyle Richmond for 3rd place. Meanwhile, Zach Olson surely has a good time controlling the lead over the Bobby Man Bobby K. But here comes Kyle Richmond with the next command SPS. Try and make a statement here, young one. Poor number 1 is getting left behind on the competition all the way in the back. And excuse that pop-up as well. He's going to need a couple of speed busts if he wants to get back in this one. And this is one of them. That makes his second speed bust of the race. But I think that's always going to get for this race. No doubt at all. Right outside Olson is the first to approach home stretch with Kyle Richmond and Rusty Jackington rapidly catching up to him in a hurry. As the next speed is made by number 7, who leads number 2 and 9 after going rest. And poor number 1 is getting left behind in the competition like always. He is getting all alone in last place. No help at all for number 1. As number 8 takes the next command speeders, you can tell me what up for Zach Olson on the 100 race of Chao Racing 2018. Kyle Richmond will come in 2nd, and it looks like Rusty Jackington will come in 3rd place, just ahead of the Bobby Maynard Bobby K. So, thanks again for making the 100 race an instant classic. We sure will have a great time with those first 100 races. That's right, let's hope the next 100 races will be as well time. We are for more signing action, and we here one for this, and congratulations to Zach Austin. Well, with 100 races in the books for the entire 2018 season, it's time to begin the course for the next 100. That's right, and we're starting on the next 100 races for race number 5, week 9, with Luke Green, Glenn Murray, the AC Gamble Title Folks, and the 2016 Rising Stars champion, Joshua Salmore. Let's see how this one will unfold in the UE1. Please start the race! Okay, so the next 100 races of the season are underway with race number 5 of week 9. If you haven't watched any of the first 100 races, including the first 4 from this week, you're pretty sure that one of your favorites is sure to be awesome. Now, let's proceed to this race. And it looks like Luke Green pauses for one. And Joshua Salmore is dancing to the beat. And there goes Tyler Fultz and Glenn Murray. These two gentlemen will be battling for the lead up in the front. And who will get the first speed buzz on the next 100 races to go? It is going to be number 7 who will start with speed buzz for the next 100 races. Right now it looks like number 2 is getting left behind the competition. So is Luke Green. These two gentlemen are battling for a D-line all the way in the back. As Luke Green, who is flying on the water, trying to gain some ground, will get speed buzz number 2 in his face, and Glenn Murray's gonna rest. That means Tyler Fultz will command the lead, and Joshua Salmore will move up to second place at the current morning. But it's anybody's game here on Chao Racing, and anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe. That's the model we think on with each and every race. As number 2, we'll get the next command SBS, trying desperately to catch up to the crowd. Okay, Tyler Fultz is the first to approach the sapphire portion of the course. But Joshua Salmore and Glenn Murray are both rapidly catching up to him in a hurry. We passed the 1 minute mark on this race, and who got the next command SBS? It's number 8. That's who currently leads over the 4th Chao and Luke Green. Right now, this number 2 is getting all alone in last place. Behind the pack. Number 7 seems like he's also really needs some help. Which one of those two will get some help in the UE1? It's going to be number 2, who really needs to get his speed buzz. That makes his second speed buzz to the race. Meanwhile, Tyler Fultz is starting to get tailgated by both the 2016 White Stars champion Joshua Salmore and co-tag team champion Glenn Murray. Who is going to win this one? Well, there goes Tyler Fultz. He's climbing on his minus strength. This should be an exciting one to remember. Next speed buzz belongs to Luke Green. That makes his second speed buzz to the race. And poor number 2 is still really needing some help, and I mean now. But I think he is going to hit the wall first. Yep, it is going to be Glenn Murray who gets the next command SBS. Trying to make one last ever stay alive over our current leader, Tyler Fultz. I think he might have a chance because Tyler Fultz went a little too far flying. I don't know. As the one takes the next command SBS, it looks like Glenn Murray will pay off his gamble over Tyler Fultz. So now he will have command lead. Tyler Fultz won't have enough distance to catch up to him in time at the lead for just about the entire race. As Luke Green takes his first few of the race, Glenn Murray holds off Tyler Fultz with a miracle win for the ages. Well done, my Glenn Murray. Now it's about 500, and point number 2 is getting left behind in the competition. Number 7 can also forget about this race. As Luke Green is better the closest one out with back-to-back speeders. That time he went for a consecutive, and he'll finish with a total of 4 speeders for this race. So, despite a dominating effort by Tyler Fultz throughout much of the race, it is Glenn Murray who came through in the belly up. That's why we'll be back for more exciting action after we hear a word from this. Okay, Paul, let's do race number 6, and then we'll have our halftime break. Okay, Brandon, and for race number 6, we have Gary Coles. Last year's winner Hal Miller from the Miller Trainers. The next generation superstar Antonio Bennett from the Classic Go-Getters. And Max Stannisberg. Good luck to these 4 superstars on our quest for victory. Everyone is on the clock. So, without further ado, let's spark this place. And there goes the next 4 choppers here on the line. Heading into our halftime break for week 9, everyone is showing and enjoying those races here in Charlottesville, Virginia, including the 100 race we should sell just earlier in the week. Let's see what happens during this race. Looks like numbers 1 and 8 will go to rest, and number 7 was policy for 1, and so is Gary Goals. There goes the number 3 Chao, busting down the line with Antonio Bennett and Max Alexander bowing neck to neck and cutting each other. And who got the retires? It's Gary Coles, that's who. Guess who's getting left behind the competition back in the palm trees? It's number 1, that's who. And number 8 toss for 1. That's Peebles. Number 2 is race away made by number 1. And he is heading for the 1 to come 1, trying to maintain some ground. And it looks like Gary Coles is going to have a little bit of catch him too. Yep, because Antonio Bennett and Max Alexander are both going to rest. So you have to push about with these two for the lead over and the front back. As Hal Miller, who also really needs to get back in this one, takes the next command because he's trying to make a vehicle statement here. Number 1 is getting left behind, but it's number 7 and 8 who are battling for dear life all the way in the back of back, while really way behind the competition. As the next appearance will be made by Max Alexander, who's trying to hold on Antonio Bennett, and he will for the coming one because he is pausing for 1, and Gary Coles is going to rest. That means Hal Miller will have a little bit of catching up to do. And who's going to get the next command appearance? It's going to be number 8 who gets it. Trying number 7, that's for DY far away in the back. Meanwhile, Max Sandesburg has a comfortable lead, but anything can happen, like we always say. We'll soon know who will be the fortunate one this time. Next appearance belongs to Hal Miller and the Miller Traders. He was last year's runner-up for the 2017-2018 season. And right now, number 7 is getting left behind from number 8. I don't think he'll get any spears before he hits the wall. Yep, he's going to hit the wall first. So the next appearance is going to be made by Antonio Bennett, who is the next series superstar, and it's one half of the Classic Go-Getters. He and Hal Miller are both catching up to our current leader, Max Alexander. As these reach ahead for the home stretch, it is number 1 who will get his second speed burst of the race. And right now it's going to be Hal Miller and Max Alexander, who are going to be all battling our way towards the home stretch. Antonio Bennett also trying to make this one a freeway. As number 7 takes that command spears, we might have a first final finish of the season, yep, but we looks like, and we will be. Max Alexander holds on Hal Miller and the next series star Antonio Bennett by a photo finish over Hal Miller. So Max Alexander gets another 5 entry, and we have just enough time for one more speed bus on this race, and it will be made by Gary Coles. That makes his second speed bus race, but it's Max Alexander with our first photo finish of the season. That's right, a traditional two-way photo finish. Coming up, we got more action for the second half, but first have a look at this. Alright, welcome back from our halftime break. It's now time for the second half of week 9. And here's Paul for race number 7. That's right, race number 7 will feature Albert Jones, Big Cherry Combination of the Days Runners, Frank Fernando, and Buster the Jumbo. Everyone's on the clock, so without further ado, we start the race! Here we go! And right now, there goes the 4 Chao sing down the line, trying to earn some points towards qualifying for next season's roster, or even a spot in the playoffs for the 2019 World Championship. There's only one way to find out. And right now, the 4 Chao are going to eat the food. And there goes Big Cherry Time next. He is going to lead over the 4 Chao to come on. And the first speed bus of the second half of week 9 will be made by number 1, who is trying to lead number 2 in the dust. Both number 1 and number 2 will need his help. And number 8 is going to rest. And so is number 2. As speed bus number 2 in this race will be made by Albert Jones, who is winning so far with 0-8. He's trying to get back in this one for sure. Big Cherry Time next. Cody has a commanding lead over Buster the Jumbo come on as we head back into Albert Jones. That makes his second speed bus of the race. And right now he currently sits in second place. And guess who's getting left behind in competition? It's number 2. That's who. Number 1 seems like he's also left behind. Which one of them will get the next command speed bus? It's going to be number 2 against it, who really needs help every now and then. I think he needs some more help. Not right now, but maybe later. We have passed the 1 minute mark of this phase, and so far in the lead, it is Big Cherry Tommy Days, who represents one half of the days for us, following in a close second by Oliver Jones. And who got the next one? It's number 1. That makes it a second speed bus of the race. And guess who's getting left behind in the competition all the way in back and back? It's number 2. That's who. He's going to need a couple more speed buses if he wants to get back in this one. And this is one of them. That makes it a second speed bus race. Will he get some more? We'll find out soon enough. Meanwhile, Big Cherry Tommy Days is starting to get tailgated a little bit by Buster the Jabbo. Will Buster the Jabbo make the miracle statement? We'll find out soon enough as Tommy Days is good rest. Next PS belongs to Frankfurt Natal, who also really needs help, along with Oliver Jones. Right now, number 2 is busy climbing up the wall. So who's going to get the next one? It is Oliver Jones. That makes his first PS race, but I highly doubt he is going to get any wins for the season so far. Right now, Big Cherry Tommy Days and Buster the Jumbo are flying towards home stretch, and Tommy Days went a little too far that time. That means Buster the Jumbo will have command of the lead. Oliver Jones trying to make a miracle statement, but Buster the Jumbo held on to the lead. As number 7, who dominates over the 4th to the Chao, takes the next SPS, he can say farewell to the other Chao. And Buster the Jumbo has his race all about the way, gentlemen. Buster the Jumbo is our winner. As number 2 will get his first speed bus of the race, and that is going to do it for this race. So, after a roller coaster ride in this race, it is Buster the Jumbo who beats out Oliver Jones and Big Cherry Tommy Days towards the finish line. That's right, congratulations to Buster the Jumbo, and it's more time coming up after we hear a word from this. And now, Paul, let's simple enough. Race number 8. You said it, Brandon. Race number 8 will feature Iron Fabulous Wood Stealing Man, one half under the Irish, Dave Miller from the Miller Trainers, Carl Tanner, and Danielle Heaton, the son of the license to drive Al Heaton Sr. Let's see who's going to come on top of this one. And off. Okay, so there goes the next 4 superstars busting down the rainbow path, making its way towards the power trees. Charlottesville, Virginia is sure enjoying a warm, sunny day here in the Virginia area. Spring is back here, folks. Spring-like temperatures are returning to the northeast, and it should be an exciting one. Right now, Stealing Man is going to have command and lead, following in a close second by Danielle Heaton. And it looks like Danielle Heaton is going to be heading for the water. As number 8 wins here we toss the 7th round, and look at that. A couple of Super Chow are going to rest, which means he'll have a little bit of catching up to do. But here comes the upper 3 Super Chow, trying to make a statement in the early run. And right now, the 3 Super Chow have all made the pass from number 8. And who will get speed bus number 2 in this race? It's going to be number 1, who leads over the 4 Super Chow to come win. Now he can leave the other Super Chow in the dust. Right now, it is Stealing Man who has a commanding lead over Daniel Heaton, who is safely in 2nd place. As the next speed will be made by Carl Tanner, who's trying desperately to catch up in a hurry. Right now, it is number 8, who is getting all alone in last place. Couple of Chow also really needs help. Well, it's going to be Dave Miller and the Miller Trainers who will get that chance. Now he's spending about with number 1 for 3rd place. Stealing Man has a commanding lead. Meanwhile, Daniel Heaton is safely in 2nd place, trying to defend 2nd place over Dave Miller. But I think Stealing Man is going to win this one for sure. Next place belongs to number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Stealing Man, back up in front, is climbing up to the top of the wall. And he has reached the top of the wall. Only a few more tracks of the course to go, and he'll be safely at home and no one catch up to him in a hurry. Anyway, it's number 7 who gets the help. Now he really needs to catch up, and he got it. Now he leads over the 4 Super Chow and Carl Tanner. Down here might need a miracle if he wants to make the pass of Stealing Man. but I do believe he is going to leave plenty of room for Stealing Man up in the front. So Stealing Man's going to dominate over Daniel Heaton as Carl Terry makes his second speedless race. Daniel Heaton won enough distance to catch up to Stealing Man in time. The Orange Badass Warrior Stealing Man secures an easy big race over Daniel here. He wins by a lot of room to spare, and he needs it. Daniel Heaton will come in second place, and that's going to be followed by Dave Miller in third place as number 2 gets some help, and look at that. He passes number 7 because number 7 went a little too far that time. So now he's been the lead number 7 in the dust. And that is going to do it for this race. So it is Stealing Man who now drifts about 500. That's right, he's back on the right track. And 1% more is action after this, so stay tuned. The fun is just heating up. Hope everyone in Charlottesville, Virginia had a great time so far. We're still a couple more races before we get to our main event, so apologize what we have for this next race. Okay, race number 9 will feature the License to Drive Alvin Sr. taking on John Miller of the Dazzling Aces, Joe Rafferty, and Michael Clayton, the Senior Class Regina 2016 inductee. Everyone is on the clock, and good luck to the next 4 players on the rest of the midway. Please start the race! And it looks like number 8 is good rest, so he will be left behind in the crowd. Michael Clayton is also a very good start ahead of his opponents. Then making way towards the palm trees, and now here's Sierra's good rest. So he's going to join number 8 for dear life all the way back. The other 3 shall going to eat the food, and there goes Michael Clayton. He is going to have come in and lead for a moment with Joe Rafferty right on the 10th place. And it looks like Michael Clayton is going to be heading for the water. As the first superstar gets beat is the License to Drive Alvin Sr. After taking it out, he's trying to make a statement in everyone. And right now, number 8 is getting all alone in last place. He is better to take the water. As speed bus number 2 in this race will be made by Michael Clayton. But I think someone took a shortcut. Yep. It's Alvin Sr. who took a shortcut after being left behind for a nap early on in the race. So now he leads by Michael Clayton by a couple of yards ahead of Michael Clayton. And who will get the next command speed bus? We're about to find out right now. It's number 8 who will get the next command speed bus, trying to hold on numbers 2 and 7 in the dust. And right now it is Joe Rafferty who's trying to catch up to Michael Clayton in third place. As we pass the 1 minute Mustang sign race. We'll get the next command speed bus. It is going to be number 2, who is number 7 in the dust. And John Miller was passing for more. That'll drop down a couple places. Poor number 7 is getting left behind in the competition. He really needs to get a lot of speed bus if he wants to get back in this one. But who really got in the next command speed bus? It's back to number 8. That makes his second speed bus race. He leads point number 2 and John Miller in the dust. Meanwhile, it looks like Alvin Sr. and Michael Clayton are battling neck to neck heading past the waterfall. We'll soon know who have the luckier dip. And when they get to the home stretch, they should be exciting one indeed. Next bus belongs to Joe Rafferty. He dominates the first place, but right now it is Alvin Sr. who's trying to defend the lead, and he is going to defend his lead easily over Michael Clayton. He is going to have a little bit of room to spare ahead of Michael Clayton. As number 7 takes the next speed bus, you can tell he went up for it. Alvin Sr. License to Drive has done it. He gets another 5 victory. That makes his 3rd win of the season. As John Miller will get his 2nd speed bus in the race. And right now he is trying to lead the other competitors in the dust. Michael Clayton will come in 2nd place. And it looks like Joe Rafferty will come in 3rd. And we have just enough time for 1 more speed bus of this race. And it will be made by number 2. That makes his 2nd speed bus in the race. And poor number 8 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. Alright, so after being left behind, Alvin Sr. made the impossible. That's why he took a shortcut, and now he gets his 3rd win of the season after 9 races. Coming up, we got more second action for you, but first have a look at this. And now, 1 more race for this next day of taping. That's right, race number 10 will feature the Jersey Devil John Stevenson, Kenny Days of the Days Brothers, the Southern License to Drive Alvin Jr., and the Computer Wizard Peter Foles. Last week, John Stevenson managed to prepare with another side win. Let's see if this will be another easy victory for him. Everyone's on the clock, and please start the match! So, after his impressive victory in Week 8, John Stevenson looks to follow up from last week's victory with another amazing victory for Week 9 in Charlottesville, Virginia. Let's see if he can make it 2 wins in a row this week. By the way, looks at it. He is in the field, and there he goes, pressing down the line. And he's going to ask that first against Beepers is number 1. And he will have a little bit of catching up to do. Now John Stevenson will have a lot of catching up to do. And right now, number 7 and Canadians are battling for dear life all the way in the back. Well, number 7 is going to rest, but he is better to take the water. Now with Canadians over at the bridges fighting for dear life all the way in the back. And number 8 is going to rest as number 2 was Beaver's number 2 in this race. And look at this. I told you this is going to be a piece of cake for John Stevenson. He has took a shortcut, folks. So now he will have command on the lead for the second time in this race. This time he should be able to hold on easily. I believe he is going to get his second straight win of this season as Kenny Nix. Well, the next command Spears, and look at that. Peter Fox is going to rest, so he will have a little bit of catching up to do. But he's going to need a miracle if he wants to catch up to John Stevenson. So it's Peter Fox. Right now, it is number 7 who is getting left behind as we pass the 1 minute mark. And it looks like number 8 taunts for 1 trying to get some attention here. As the next Peter is made by the Peter Wisdom himself, Peter Falls. But it will be a miracle to catch up this one. And Kennedy is the rest. Yep, John Stevenson is gone, ladies and gentlemen. He is expected to win by a landslide affair. He's made it to the top of the wall, and now he's rushing past the waterfall. He is going to prove to 5-4 this week. Next Spears belongs to Kenny Nays. That makes his second Spears in the race, but I believe he is going to be winless for 1 more week. Don't you think? John Stevenson is safely approaching home stretch with no opponents to worry about. As Al here Jr. will get a turn now. Yep, none of his opponents is going to be able to catch up to him in a hurry. But right now, it looks like Peter Frost will have the next back standing with 4th place at the current point. Right way looks at it. As number 7 takes the next command Spears, the Jersey John Stevenson wins this one by a landslide over Peter Falls, who has the best position so far in 4th place. And he looks like he's going to be flying well, as he will get his second Spears of the race. He is expected to wind up in 2nd place. And right now, there goes Alvin here Jr. flying down here. He is expected to take 5th place just ahead of number 8. And who is suspected to have the last speed bumps of this race? By the way it looks at it, it's going to be number 7 who gets it. And I do believe that is going to do it for the speeders. Yep, no more speeders for this race. So with a landslide affair, John Stevenson made this race look nice and easy. That's why he is now above 500 once again. That's all the rest of the season will be unfair. 2 minutes to the moment for the Jersey Devil, and more assignment coming up. Okay, welcome back to the final day of taping here in Charlottesville, Virginia for Week 9. Coming up in the next segment, Chip Silver looks to make Week 9's main event look nice and easy with another superstar out of Week honors. But first, let us proceed to race number 11. That's right, and for race number 11, we have Fred Harrison of the Dazzling Aces, Ramon Shorty of the Look of the Irish, Harlan Chegwin's F1 Kingsley, and 2-time world champion Jason Hill. This race will proceed Week 9's main event as final preparations are made to present that main event in the next segment. Let's send down to the field once again to present race number 11 this week. Everyone's on the clock, and let's have a Chao race. Alright, so before we proceed to the main event, we present this exciting race, which promised to bring many great excitement to all of the Chao Racing Universe fans. And right now, the 4 Chao are going to eat the fruit. And it looks like, look at this, Jason Hill is going to have command on the lead, because the other 3 Chao are dancing to the beat back in the Broadways. So Jason Hill is going to have full control of this match for the moment. And it looks like he's going to be heading for the water. As the first superstar gets speakers is the Hard-Shake Master, F1 Kingsway. He's also heading for the water. And right now it looks like number 1 is going to rest. And number 2 went a little too far circling around at the water. He drops in the water. As Raymond Shorty of the Lucky Average takes BS number 2 in his face. And I think number 2 is shortcut. Yes, indeed! It is Fred Harrison who took a shortcut after Jason Hill had the upper hand at the start of the race. So now Fred Harrison will have control of the lead thanks to that shortcut. And who will get the next command speeders? It's number 8 as we approach the 1 minute mark. He's getting left behind in competition. Number 2 seems like he's also left behind. But number 1 is the real deal, who is way, way behind on the competition all the way in the back. But it's the Hard-Shake Master F1 Kingsway who will get another turn that makes his second speed boost to the base. Meanwhile, Fred Harrison is trying his best to maintain a huge lead ahead of Jason Hill and Ramon Chante. Will Ramon Chante or Jason Hill be able to catch up to him in a hurry? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 8. That makes his second speed boost race. And number 2, taunts one more. That means number 1 will have a little bit of catching up to do. But these two chaps really need some speeders to get back in this one. Which one will get that chance? It's number 2. So he will lead number 1 and dead meat all the way in the back. And back in front, it looks like Fred Harrison has some company. Both F1 Kingsway and Jason Hill are catching up to him in a hurry. But it looks like Fred Harrison is going to have a little bit of rumble ahead of both competitors. So as Raymond Chante takes the next command speeders, Fred Harrison is going to hold on to the competition to secure an easy victory with that shortcut. Fred Harrison holds up F1 Kingsway and Jason Hill for the victory. As number 8 will close out Speeders race. That makes his third Speeders race. And number 1 is quarterback, just as I expected. Alright, so Fred Harrison wins race number 11. That's right, the main event just moments away. And we will present that after we hear one from this. Alright, welcome back to Charlottesville, Virginia, and you know what time it is now, audience? It's main event time! That is correct! And here's Paul that tells us all about Week 9's main event here in Charlottesville, Virginia. Take it away! Okay, for this week's main event, we have our returning champion Chip Survey taking on Corey Rochester and 2 Winwood superstars, Ricky Nelson and Nick Gimmick. Last week, on Week 8, Chip Survey got his best superstar of the week on us, and I do believe he's going to have a piece of cake of winning this one as well. Let's see if he can do it again this week. The players are lined up ready to go and well set to prepare for this week's main event, so please start the race! And this week's main event is presented by Visa, one of the leading members of the credit card family. You can open up your own Visa account and sign into all the great deals that Visa has to offer. Okay, the 4 child going to make the model trees to bring down that coconut chip food, and now they're going to eat the food. And there goes Chip Survey. He's going to have command of the lane, with Nick Gimmick having the next best position with second, third place behind number 1. And as Chip Survey heads on the water, it is going to be Ricky Nelson who will win the winning toss for Week 9's main event, presented by the Visa credit card. He's also heading for the water to come on. And right now, number 2 is getting left behind in the competition as he takes the bridges. And he will get Speed Bus number 2 in his face, but he's still a little bit behind. Chip Survey won last week's main event, and now he's going for 2 in a row for Week 9 this week, as he makes his way to the Sapphire portion of the Yama course. And he has a huge lead so far ahead of Ricky Nelson, as Nick Gimmick, who is also winless after 8 races, takes the next command Speed Bus. And right now, numbers 1 and 2 are battling for dear life all the way in the back. We have passed the 1 minute mark of this exciting race, as we head back into Nick Gimmick. And catching up to Corey Rochester and Harry. But no one is going to catch up to Chip Survey in a hurry. Chip Silver is safely in the lead, and he is going to make his way to the wall. He is going to win this one for sure. Next place belongs to number 8, and look at that. Corey Sanchez is going to rest, and number 1 is Tawny for one. So number 1 will join number 2 for drive. And who got the next one? It is Ricky Nelson, that's who. But he needs a lot of help to get back in this one. Right now, Chip Silver is going to rest, but he will still have a commanding lead over Ricky Nelson. And Ricky Nelson is going to rest. That means Chip Silver is going to win this one for sure. Unless Ricky Nelson can make a statement with back-to-back speedruns, I do believe Chip Silver is going to win this one, don't you think? He is going to be in the first approach home stretch. A little bit of room ahead of Ricky Nelson. I do believe Chip Silver is going to leave Ricky Nelson winless for one more week. That's number 1. We'll get the next guy, SBS. Yep, Chip Silver is going to have plenty of room ahead of Ricky Nelson. So Chip Silver is going to repeat on Superstar Week for the second week in a row. He is going to make his way towards home stretch. And as number 7 takes the next command speedruns, tally one up for Chip Silver on Superstar Week for the second straight week. And he'll be back next week to try and do it again for week 10. Numbers 1 and 2 are getting left behind on competition. It will be appropriate for one of them to get a speedruns at least. And that last speedruns on week will be made by number 2. That means he will be number 1 in the dust. So for the second straight week, Chip Silver emerged victorious in the main event. That's right, like you said, he's coming back in week 10 to try and make it 3 in a row. And we are meant to cross all off after this. Do not go away. Well, that's all the time we have for week 9 this week. Congratulations to Chip Silver on recording his second Superstar on Week Honors. His season is really starting to be a solid one for once. And thanks to everyone who participated in the audience attendance here in Charlottesville, Virginia this week. We will return for week 10 for more exciting action and a whole lot more amazing fun. Until then, this is Matt Shang signing off. Keep on smiling and so long, everybody! This is Paul Secondmore signing off. Join us again for more exciting action here on Chao 2018. See you next week.